Thank you very much. I'll yield back.
Representative Owens of Utah is recognized.
Thank you so much. This is such a very, very important topic, and we're really fighting for the culture of our country through our kids, and I appreciate everything you guys have said so far. I was just on the way in this morning, I read an article about a college player who was entering the portal because the coach called him lazy. That is a prescription for failure. If we don't teach our kids that we don't run away from hard, we run toward it, and we gain those life lessons. So I just appreciate this particular topic, and I appreciate this committee really taking it on full tilt. I've learned some of life's best lessons of playing sports. Learned the concept of teamwork, of respect for others, leadership, and where grit comes from. It's understanding that you cannot control the scoreboard, but you can control the hustle. These lessons, once learned, set us up for success regardless of our endeavors. Children need the opportunities that youth sports provide to establish healthy habits and muscle memory before they reach adulthood. As youth sports moves further out of reach for students and families, some children will lose critical chances to develop lifelong skills and character. They will miss out on those lessons that are so valuable, that were so valuable in my life. So I want to thank you guys again for this conversation. Mr. Ferry, when you had your opening statement, you were going through a list of things, and I don't know, I hope I didn't miss it, a list of things that you thought would be important to kind of get us back on track. Would you mind just, if you haven't already done that, make those statements or finish the conversation you were having?
Yeah, I was putting ideas on the table that won't cost no new federal spend, but things we can do to organize the money that's sloshing through the system in a better way. One was collect better data so folks in Utah or elsewhere down to the city level can make decisions like, okay, only 40% of kids are playing, and here are the different groups, and here are neighborhoods. How do we organize against it? How do we pull philanthropy into this? How do we develop better field use policies? There's a real opportunity for local communities to drive change themselves. So it is not true that government does not fund youth sports. It funds youth sports through the building of a lot of facilities, and that includes municipal facilities. All these for-profit clubs and nonprofit clubs are using public facilities, but we're not asking them to have criminal background checks or abuse training or coach training or injury prevention or access. We're not giving discounts. Municipalities have a real opportunity to create the kind of environment that they want to have locally. Yeah. But we got to give them data, and we got to give them tools to think about how to use the power of the permit.
Okay, thank you so much. Mr. O'Sullivan, you mentioned in your testimony you've praised initiatives like the Soldiers to Sidelines that train returning military veterans to coach. What makes veterans a natural fit for youth sports coaching, and how can local leagues reach out to this type of leadership and to discipline in there and bring discipline to their programs?
Thank you. It's such a great question. So we know that when we have trained coaches, kids stay in sports longer. They're more likely to return and retain them. And so, yeah, there's a nonprofit called Soldiers to Sidelines that I've done some coach education work for. And what they are doing is they're taking these men and women who have served our country and that we've spent millions of dollars training on leadership and discipline and physical fitness and all that. And then they come back, and so many of them say, but how can I continue to serve? And so what Soldiers to Sidelines is saying is, hey, you can serve your country by going back to your community and coaching. And what an incredible resource that we have in our country that we've already invested in. And so just on that way out saying, hey, can we connect you where you're moving back to a program and become a coach? And give back and give back to all those kids and show also what it means to be a military member. I mean, I think it's such a underutilized resource, and it's right there for us.
Well, thank you so much. I'll just say this. We can do everything right. We can shut down the border, bring down prices. If we don't get our kids to understand and understand grit, teamwork, we'll end up losing the whole process if we don't keep that up. So, and I would just say this. Some kind of way, we have to get our parents understanding that their kids are not the lotto ticket. We have too many kids, we have too many coaches that see their kids as something that is going to give them a big badge or big certificate. we need to be teaching character. So we'll get back to that. This is a great voice. I appreciate you guys doing this. In some kind of way, we'll see if we can help out on the federal side some kind of way. So thank you so much, and I yield back.
Representative Hayes of Connecticut is recognized.
Good morning, and thank you to our witnesses for being here. I have to say before I start, although it's not this subcommittee, but the full committee, I heard